Hello and good morning. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna let it go a couple minutes over to give people a chance to find this. As per my normal, I've been doing these on the main page and not in the event page. So this is a exciting moment for me. I'm excited to tell you all about what's coming, to tell you about the details. I've been teasing this now for a couple of months, and I'm excited to finally give you some particulars, some specifics on what to expect. But before we get into it, I want to make sure I give you some things that can help you. I'm not one to just come in and say, all right, hey, here's the stuff. Talk to you in a bit. Like, no. I want to do more than that. Second, I'm going to bring up the chat box. There it is. All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. So feel free to engage in the chat if you have, and engage with each other. But I want to talk about some keys for success here. Some really important things. So I'm gonna pull up some visuals here because I also want you all. Many of you have not been in group coaching with me, so I want you to get a little bit of a sense of what it's like to be in there. So we're gonna talk about 5 essential elements for success here. 5 essential elements for success. Now this is gonna be at a high level here, so we got to create this lasting change. So let's talk about number 1. Number 1 is you have to create the desire. Create the desire. If you don't have the desire to change, you're not going to change. You're going to stay exactly the same. And if you stay exactly the same, you're going to continue to get exactly the same results. And I don't want that for you. So what we've got to make sure we're doing is that you're cultivating your why. Why do you want to lose weight? How often do you think about your why? Do you have a particularly strong why? A why is essential. You have to cultivate that. Strong sense of desire for something else, something more than you have right now. The number 2 thing is you have to create belief. But there's 2 kinds of belief that we specifically need to create. 2 kinds. Belief in yourself. Belief in your own ability to be successful. That can be created. That can be improved. No matter where you're at, you can cultivate more self-belief. You can increase your self-esteem. You can increase your knowledge. You can increase your success by increasing the belief in yourself. But the second thing you have to have is the belief in the possibility. Belief in the possibility of success. I remember what it was like at my biggest. I remember being at that place where I didn't think it was possible. I remember wanting it to be possible. I remember wanting to be successful. But it was like I'll never have that feeling. Like I believed it was possible for others, but not for me. For you to be successful, it's essential that you are always and continually cultivating belief in yourself, belief in the possibility of success. Because if you don't believe it's possible, why would you even try? If you don't believe it's possible, why would you go through the short-term pain, the short-term sacrifices to get to the end result? You won't, because you'll go, why? There's no point. There's no point in changing this because I'm just going to end up right back here anyway. And in the meantime, I'll have given up all this stuff that I love. I might as well just have all the stuff that I love now rather than finding myself right back here. That's how I thought. But that belief in yourself is so, so important. The next key for success at the high level is you have to create the strategy. You have to create the strategy. A diet, when you go do a diet, that's just an off-the-shelf strategy. A lot of times with weight loss, we're going and just grabbing somebody else's strategy, saying, tell me exactly down to the T what you did, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to do it. And then it doesn't work. Well, of course it doesn't work because it wasn't made for you. It wasn't made for your life. It wasn't made for your preferences. It wasn't made for your tastes. It wasn't made for the logistics of your life. It wasn't made for your changing times. It wasn't made for your hard times. It wasn't made for your easy times. It wasn't made for you. You have to create your strategy for you, but you've got to learn a lot. You need help as you do it. There's an order of operations to create that strategy, but you have to have one. If you're just winging it, you won't make it. If you're just thinking, I'm going to make 5 changes, by the way, just cutting out a whole food group, that's one change. If you think I'm just going to make 5 or 6 or 10 changes and that's going to help me lose 100 pounds, you're kidding yourself. It's not going to work. You got to make hundreds, if not thousands of changes because they're little. You can't just make 5 big changes and call it good because your weight wasn't created by 5 big problems. Your weight was created by 1,000 tiny problems. This is a death by 1,000 cuts situation here. Yeah, some of them are bigger cuts, but most of them are tiny. You've got to find them. You got to work through them. Your strategy has to take into account all of this. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Number 4, you need to then, after you've done all this, by the way, this is in order, create the habits for success. Create the habits for success. This one is incredibly important. Incredibly important. Because the habits for success are how you keep the weight off. I am here to teach you one thing and one thing only. How to lose weight and keep it off. Well, Chris, you might say, that's 2 things. No, that's one thing. A lot of people are like how I was. I wanted to lose weight, and then I would learn how to keep it off. That worked precisely 0 times. I lost weight, and then I gained it back. And then I'd lose weight again, and then I'd gain it back. And then I'd lose weight again, and then I'd gain it back. And then I would try to lose weight and go, well, shit, what is the point of this? I just keep gaining it back. I'm here to teach you to not do that, to lose weight and keep it off. A lot of people think the weight loss is the big celebration. Y'all, I am more proud of my weight maintenance than I am of my weight loss. Think about that for a second. I am more proud of my weight maintenance than I am of my weight loss. Any old fool can go lose 100 pounds. That's easy. That's easy. Keeping it off? Well, that ain't so easy. Because that requires actual, meaningful, permanent changes in the form of habits. I teach what I call habit-based weight loss. If you come work with me and if you're in the membership, which we're going to talk about, you're going to learn all about habit-based weight loss. Because habit-based weight loss not only helps you lose weight, it helps you protect any weight loss that you've had. Now, someone just said here in the chat that the sound is off. Candace, if you don't mind, I think you're here. Shoot me a message if the sound is off. I'll take a look at that. Habit-based weight loss is the key here to success. Habit-based weight loss is going to make sure that you keep the weight off once you've gotten it off. And that's what's important. You have to create the habits for success. Then the last piece at the high level. Live forward. Live running forward. A lot of people are living your lives running backwards. You're trying to drive forward while we're looking in your rearview mirror only. Oh, I can't lose weight because of all this in the past. Oh, I can't do this because of the past. Your past doesn't predict your future. Your past is just results, just input, just data, just feedback. You've got to move forward. You've got to look forward. And the key to being successful here is living forward. Taking yourself and looking forward in your mind. Now, I want to talk about when I went to a seminar with Tony Robbins just a few weeks ago. He talked about 5 keys for success. And I have done these. They work. I'm doing them now. They work. Number 1, every day, feed your mind. Every single day, you need to feed your mind. Feed your mind with positive content. Feed your mind with new insights. Feed your mind with positive, happy thoughts. You need to strengthen your mind every day. You need to do things that are tough. You need to practice exercising your willpower. You need to practice improving your impulse control. Every single day, you need to be working on your mind, learning how you think, learning how to think better. Very, very important. Number 2, that Tony teaches. You need to feed and strengthen your body. Every single day. You need to feed and strengthen your body. So important to be taking care of your body. The body serves the mind and the mind serves the body. They work together in harmony. They work together in unison. As you're improving your mind, you need to be simultaneously improving your body. As you do that together, you will level up your life in ways that are sometimes hard to understand, sometimes hard to comprehend, because when you're living them even, you're like, I am capable of this? I've been capable of this the whole time? Why have I been waiting so long? No sense in worrying about that. You're here now. It's time to take care of it. And I loved that one. But I want to tell you about my favorite one. The one that has totally revolutionized my life. Find a role model. You will seek to become like your role models if they are a true role model. Find a role model. Find someone to look up to. Find someone to emulate. Go learn how they think. Go learn what they do. Go learn how they act. Go tell them your situation and ask them, how would you handle it? And you have them tell you they're unbiased, unfiltered. Here's what I do. And you go, that is really different from how I saw it and how I think it. And if I'm not getting their results, I wonder if maybe, just maybe, I'm handling it the wrong way. How interesting. You need a role model to challenge your belief systems. You need other people to provide alternative perspectives for you and your mind. The next one that Tony talks about, is proximity. He says proximity is power. And that is so true. I want to tell you all of my running. As many of you know, I've gotten into ultra marathon running since losing my weight. Anything, just so in case you're not sure, ultra marathon is anything that is over anything over 26 miles. And so I hang out with people that are way better than me. Way better than me, way faster, way stronger, way better endurance. In fact, there's almost nothing that I am as good as them. I can keep up with them on the mindset, but past that, physically, they're just better. They have a 10-year head start, but they're still better. But I hang out with them because it creates a vacuum. It creates a demand for me to improve because I don't want to be lagging behind. Now, some people, if you're in the wrong mindset, will look at that as a club to beat yourself up with. Like, oh, they're better than me, therefore I suck, so I should not hang out with them because I don't like the feeling of sucking. That's just a bad mindset. When you go into going like, they do it and they're not better than me. I mean, they're better than me, but they're not more capable than me. I am capable of improving myself. So I'm going to take care of that. By the way, I'm seeing some people are having some problems with sound. That's going to be a Facebook thing. I've got some people monitoring it on the other end here. So I unfortunately, I'm not able to address that. I don't know what that would be. That's going to be something with Facebook or internet connection. All right. But proximity is the most important thing because you've got to be around people that are better than you. You need to be around people that are doing what you do because you need to learn from them. If you knew how to do this, you'd have done it already. But you also need peer pressure. Peer pressure is important. Peer pressure is essential. You need to have people around you creating a demand for you to improve. In my case, I had enablers around me. Not only enablers, but I had many people that were enabling my weight gain. Many people that were helping me get bigger and, in fact, were making it harder for me to get smaller. And so you got to think about that. Are you in proximity with people that are going to help you? And number 5, give more than you receive. Give more than you receive. It's the law of reciprocity. If you give and give and give and give, you will get and get and get, and you will get more. But you need a place to give. You need a place to give. And so this all leads to what I wanted to bring you all here today to talk about, the membership. So let's talk about it. Because I want to help you achieve all of this. I want to help you create the things on the left, create your lasting change. But when I look at Tony's model here, one that I've done and that I do, I realize an important thing. I realize something. It is hard to find this. I tell people all the time, you need to consume weight loss stories every single day, of which I'm regularly met with, okay, yes, I'll do that. Where? I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I went here and here, but I'd have to kind of cobble it together. I would tell people, you need to associate with people who are losing weight. Great. I don't have anybody in my life that I can talk to. Oh, that's a fair point. I was blessed. I had some siblings that were in great shape and I have a couple of friends that took me under their wing. Okay, that's a fair point. I put out the podcast to try to create information. Now I even see it in the chat because a lot of people have caught up and like, hey, I want more. What other podcasts can we get? And I'm like, okay, yeah, because there's not a ton out there like this. It was the same problem I had. I had to go listen to other things that weren't about weight loss. And in my mind, I would just translate whatever they were talking about. And I would just say weight loss. Like they would say this about mindset. I'm like, no, weight loss. Building business? No, weight loss. Getting a better, training for some event, weight loss. And I just changed it in that way in my head. But that was difficult. That was hard. That was a challenge. So, move my notes here for a second. What I did is I decided to do two things. A, I wanted to solve the requests that people have been having, but also I wanted to create the program I wished I had. One that I wish existed when I was losing weight. Because there was a lot of things I did that were really challenging because I had to cobble it together. Or I figured it out like halfway along the line. I'm like, well, gosh, if I'd had this the whole time, it might have been a little bit faster. Because I lost 125 pounds, but really I lost more because I did regain periodically and have to go lose some weight. So like if I'd have had some of the support, I might not have done that. So let's talk about what's coming in this. Now, first, You'll learn more about this as we go. It is not going to be called a membership. I mean, it is technically a membership, but what I'm calling it is a guild. A guild. What is a guild? A guild is an association of people for mutual aid or the pursuit of a common goal. Well, I can't think of a more perfect word than guild. So that's what I'm creating. I am creating a guild for you to join. And a lot of people call weight loss a journey. It ain't a journey. It's a quest. It's a hero's journey. It's an adventure. If you don't think it is, you ain't been on it long enough. It 100% is an adventure. It's a hero's journey. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for you to become more than you are now, to face your struggles. I guarantee you along on your journey, you are going to face some hardships. You're going to learn things about yourself that you don't know right now. You're going to learn things about yourself in these hard times, in these struggles, just like every hero's journey. You're going to have main quests, which is lose the weight, but you're going to have all sorts of side quests that you have to go on. Some of them you have to, and some you're going to choose to. All working you towards the end of your quest. So the guild is going to include live group coaching, 2 per week is what we're starting with for now. I'm going to have a members-only podcast. So I'm still going to keep the Friday podcast. That's going to be the same. But if you want more podcast episodes, it's going to be available to members only. There are going to be multiple episodes a week because I want you to constantly be consuming this information. I want you to be able to wake up every day and have something that you can listen to get your mind in the right space to go, that's right, I'm losing weight today. I want you to be thinking about it. You're also going to have access to my coaching archives. My group coaching membership. So if you join the guild later, you'll be able to go back in time and see the things you missed. We're going to have all the group coaching categorized. So if you're saying, I'm struggling with mindless eating, we say, wonderful. Here are the sessions you need to go look at. We cover this. Now, in just a moment on the live group coaching, why that one's so important. Live group coaching is going to include what's called hot seat coaching. And you all remember the days back when, like, I guess they still do it now. I don't listen to AM radio anymore, but you'd have like Dr. Laura or Dave Ramsey, where people could call in with their questions. That's hot seat coaching. That's exactly what it is. Now, it won't be quite so short like what you get on a radio show, but you'll have opportunities in the live group coaching call. If you have questions, if you're struggling, you'll have opportunities to get into the hot seat, and we'll do some coaching for you right there on the spot and get you the help that you need. You're also going to have access to courses and membership-only events. If you remember the Mindset of Weight Loss Masterclass that I did over this past summer, events like that will be membership-only. They won't be public anymore. They'll be just to the members. I'll still do occasional public ones, but I'm going to heavily be slanting towards the members. And then there's going to be options for one-on-one coaching. If you go to my website, you'll notice you can't purchase much one-on-one coaching anymore. I've pretty much pared it all back, and it's going to be only available, for the most part, just to members. Now, this is the program I wished I had. This one right here. Like, I wished I'd have had this. This would have been amazing. But there's a couple other things that I realized. When I first started coaching, people were wanting to know the technical parts of losing weight, and I would teach it to them. It only takes a handful of weeks. I can teach you the technicalities of losing weight in about 6 weeks. It's not complicated. It's really not. The problem is you don't do it. Problem is I don't do it. Problem is lots of people don't do it. We get into the space because we have to change. Losing weight is easy. Changing is hard. Changing takes time. Changing takes trial and error. Changing takes setbacks. Because if you just want to lose weight, you can do that without joining this. If you just want to lose weight, you're just like, I just want to lose weight and I don't care about creating meaning, lasting change, go somewhere else. I ain't the guy for you. This ain't the place for you. The guild will not be the place for you. But if you're saying, no, I want to change my life. I want to get the body and life of my dreams. I want to lose weight and keep it off. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want to have the same results Chris had. This is the place for you. But here's where I have to be real with you and I have to be real with me. If you got to lose 50 pounds, it's going to take a year. If you got to lose 100 pounds, it's going to take 2. Maybe more. I want to and need to be on the journey with you for potentially years. That means this can't be super expensive. It'll be too cost prohibitive. And I'm mission driven. I want to free the world of 1 million pounds. I've done the math. I got to reach about 13 to 15,000 people to do that. That's the only way I can make the math work. I can't do that one-on-one. I can't do it if it's super expensive. Not only that, I don't think changing our life should be something that is only available to those that got a lot of money. But there's this fine balance. If you make something free, people don't care. Some do, most don't. Sometimes people will pay and still not do it. How many of you have spent thousands on a diet only to stop doing it? I'm raising my hand because I've done that. Me too. I've done that. Multiple times. I used to tote around these boxes of New Direction shakes and soups. I don't know why I carried them. I carried them for years because I just couldn't bring myself to throw them away because I'm like, these are expensive. I'm never going to eat them though because just the thought of them brought me anxiety. We got to be here for a while. Yeah, somebody just put gym membership. Yeah, right? So let's talk about the price. It's got to be reasonable. I wanted this to be a no-brainer. I want you to get all of these benefits because you need them. This will get you there. And it's going to be $40 a month. There's going to be a $150 joining fee, and you can cancel at any time. You can leave anytime you want. I'm going to do a special founding member price. That's what's going to be opening right now. There will be no joining fee for founding members, just the month. And I'm going to do a founding membership event. Now, there will be a deadline, by the way, to get this. So to get it without the joining fee. The first session is going to be November 7th. So now membership is not open today. What we're going to do is I'm going to post here in the chat and I'm going to post in the Facebook group and I'm going to send out an email. Basically just going to put it everywhere. Get your email on the list to this list for when enrollment opens. And as soon as I open it, you'll be notified where you can join. Y'all, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If you think $40 a month is too expensive, you don't want this. I wasted hundreds. I used to spend between $1,200 and $1,500 a month in food on myself. I now spend between $600 and $800. That's with eating out, expensive sometimes. Like I spent so much money on food. This right here, cutting out a few meals a month covers this. And that needs to happen anyway. Let's be real. If you're saying, well, I can't join it because of this, I can't join it because of that, then I want you to go back to number 1 here on the change. Let me go pull this up again. Create the desire. You've got to want to lose weight. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And whatever it takes means getting support. If you're here, I already know you need support. I could not have lost weight without the support I had. I would not have lost 125 pounds. Not a doubt in my mind I would have done it alone. But I promise you can afford $40 a month. Look at your food. Look at the thing that you spend the money on. Some of you may say, I don't have the time. You do have the time. Because I've made all of this information on here recorded. It's consume as you go. While I'd love for you to come to the live sessions, you may not be able to. That's great. You can listen to them on replay. They will stay there the entire time. You'll have access to them through an app called Kajabi, where you can access all the sessions at any time on your phone. And so if you're thinking this is the time to do it, if you're interested, now would be the time. Because again, no joining fee coming up. I don't pitch anything hard to anybody. And I'm not gonna sit here and drag anybody kicking and screaming to this. But I know what happens is people's belief systems and their paradigms start showing up and saying, well, I can't because of this, I can't because of that, I can't do it because of this. Because I used to do that too. But you'll do anything if you believe it will work. You'll do anything if you believe it'll get the results. All right, so what I'm doing now, I'm going here into the Facebook group, and I'm going to, in this stream, so one second, right now, I'm about to post. Okay, there's a link. I just put it in the chat. It may take a second for it to show up. And I'm going to post it here on the group. So I'm going to do that right now. The link, join the guild. Enrollment waiting list. Okay. So this doesn't obligate you to anything, by the way. All this does is just gives me your email to say, yes, I'm interested. So what's going to happen in about a little over a week, I'm going to send out an email saying enrollment is open. Here's the final details with the schedule. Here's how to join. Here's the cost. Here's what you're going to get. It's going to be what I displayed here. But I'm going to have, I'm going to lock everything in. This is subject to change. I don't anticipate any of this changing, though. It's going to be more like when I say members only podcast, I'm going to tell you how many days a week it'll be. It'll be things like that. The live group coaching calls, I'm going to tell you what day and what time those will be at. They will change and they will move around throughout the year because I want to create more opportunities for people. And I'll tell you when I talk about the right here with the founding member event, I'll tell you what the founding member event will be, when it will be, so you can go ahead and block it off on your calendars because I definitely want you to be able to attend that. It's going to be a great event. So all of that is in the group. All this does is give me your email, and I will send you an email as soon as that opens. Oh, and I will tell you if there's going to be a cap on founding members. I haven't decided if there'll be a cap or not. So anyway, y'all, I couldn't be more excited about this. This is something that I've been working towards for a while, is getting to this point. Because I truly believe that you can have the body and life of your dreams. I know you can. Your capabilities are limitless. You just need to learn how to unlock them. You need to learn how to realize them, how to actualize them. The good thing is you've probably already done it in some other part of your life. We just need to take those skills and transfer them over to another part of your life. So if you have any questions, leave them as a post here on here. We'll circle back around and I'll try to answer the questions as best as I can with this. So I'm going to go ahead and just let everybody ask the questions, then I'll answer them at once. If I have a whole bunch or if I find that some are going to be too lengthy, I may just hop on here and do another impromptu live stream addressing those questions. So just keep an eye out for that. But I'm going to do my best to answer them here in the chat part of here of the Facebook group. So not going to do it right this moment. I'll circle back around later today and come and get them. I've already seen a couple are showing up right now. All right. I would be remiss if I didn't give a gigantic thank you to you, to all of you. Several years ago, I was working as a VP over sales department at a commercial janitorial company. I had been in commercial janitorial for over 20 years at this point. I had achieved every goal that I wanted, but I felt incredibly unfulfilled. I looked around. I had the dream condo I wanted, had the car, had the money, had the title, had the working hours. I had everything I needed. And yet I felt empty. And I realized I'm just working and earning a paycheck. And I wanted more for my life. I had been experiencing success in my weight loss journey. I'd already, by this point, lost so much weight that I never thought I could do. Never thought I could do. And I was doing it. So it made me think, well, I don't know that I want to be here anymore. And y'all, somehow I have managed to get out of a career, go out and work for myself, where I get to help people make their life better and experience the same joy that I did. And you all have given me that chance. You've come here to the group, you support each other. You come to my TikToks and you engage there. And you've all have given me this wonderful opportunity. And now I'm here, I'm getting to create this guild where I can serve even more people and give as much as I possibly can. And I'm just getting started, y'all. I got more plans in my head. But this is the next step, getting to this point. So I have to thank you for your support. I have to thank you for your encouragement. You all inspire me every day. A big part of why I'm able to keep my weight off is because I have my community. I talk about proximity community. That's you. You're part of my community. And I want to make it serve you even better and help as much as I can. So go make today an amazing day. I'm going to go have an amazing day today. And I'll see you all later. See, you got a bunch of comments or questions already here in the comments. We'll circle back around later today and get those for you. All right. Have an amazing day.